Hello, everyone. Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to another Soulful Saturday with Saylor. That's me. This is where we just don't talk the talk. We walk it and we like to twirl in it. And then we like to do a little praise dance in our truth. Yes, this is where we empower your spirit and build a strong sense of self. Hey, life is always on the move. Would you not agree? Absolutely. But we're asking you, let's take a time out. Let's hit pause for about 40 minutes or so, and let's just reconnect with ourselves. And you could also make sure that you tune in every Saturday for our weekly dose of spiritual connection and soul feel goodness. And if life happens, because hey, we know it does, no worries. You can catch all of our sessions anytime on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And you know what you can do? Stop playing shy and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely. Hit that button. This is the thing that you probably have been resisting all along, but go ahead, hit it. This is the time to do it. Stay connected and be the first to know when our latest fantabulous sessions drop. We're here to support your spiritual journey, and we don't want you to miss out on a single thing. So go ahead, hit subscribe. It is an honor. It is an honor to walk this spiritual journey with you. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Saylor, and for the past few years, I've been on a soulful journey, rediscovering my true self. And one thing that I have learned that when I am connected with my inner being, my soul, my spirit, yes, life flows with greater peace, clarity, and joy. And I want this for you too. I want you to feel deeply connected, to flow with life instead of forcing it. And I know you're forcing it. I was too. Mm. Let's embrace it, right? Let's fully embrace the soulful person that you are meant to be. That's why I created Soulful Saturdays with Saylor. It's a space for reflection, renewal, and rediscovering the power within you. Absolutely. Each month we will have a different theme and we break it down with weekly talk topics. And this month it's been all about nurturing your soul, finding balance and peace. It's time to slow down, breathe deeply, and nurture your spirit. We've been exploring how to find balance amid life's busyness and reconnect with your soul's deepest desires by fostering practices of mindfulness and inner peace. You also created a sense of harmony in your daily life. And this month, it was all about listening to your intuition. Take time for self-care and embracing calm in the chaos. Absolutely. That's what we were doing all week long. Our first week, it was about mindful living. The second week was about self-care rituals. Third week, finding peace amongst the chaos. Fourth week, quieting the noise. And luckily, today is week number 5. This is the week that we are going to be deepening our relationship with ourselves. Yes, deepening your relationship with yourself and the divine. I am so glad you are here with me for week 5. And this has been our theme all month long, nurturing your spirit, finding balance and peace. And today, we're going to be diving into the powerful and timely topic, deepening your relationship with yourself and the divine. It's all about tuning inward, look upward, and come home to you. Yes, Come home to the real you. She's in there. I know it. It's time to really unleash it, right? Absolutely. This month, we quieted the noise, learned to breathe through the chaos, and show up for ourselves. And now let's go deeper. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're tuning in inward and upward. And this week it's all about the sacred connection, not the polished, picture perfect version of you. I'm talking about the raw, real, soul deep version. The one you whisper to in the mirror when no one else is looking. The one who aches for peace and longs to feel guided instead of just going through the grind day in and day out. And beyond that, my beautiful spirits out there, we're talking about the divine, God, source, spirit, universe, nature, love, whatever you name it. You've got a direct line. There's no middleman required. Absolutely not. You are directly in line with the higher source, and whatever you name it, that's cool. But you have a connection, and I want you to know that. This relationship isn't reserved just for the monks. Absolutely not. No, it's not. This relationship, it's for you, and it's alive, and it's inside you. Always has been, always will be. And it's time to connect. Now, before we dive into the juicy heart of today's session, let's do what we always do best. Especially when you're tuning in to Soulful Saturdays with Saylor, we hit pause, we take time to breathe and tune in. Because, see, the sacred connection doesn't start in your schedule or your to-do list. It starts in the stillness. So let's go ahead and quiet the noise, settle into our bodies, and create space for the soul to speak and allow you to listen. This is a meditation that I like to call sacred stillness. Because before we walk into our soul or connect with the divine, we've got to learn how to listen. So, all right, my beautiful souls, you've made it here. Hallelujah. Thank you for showing up. You showed up. You pressed pause on the chaos. Close the tab of all those million to-dos right now. Right now. Close them up. Put the phone in a different spot, right? It may be even in a different room. And make space for something that's special and sacred. Yeah. It's all about the power of being alone for a few moments. Now it's time to stop doing and start being. You ready? Let's give your mind a break. Let your nervous system take a little exhale and invite your spirit to speak up. Because connection doesn't shout, it whispers. And those whispers, they come through the stillness. So let's begin. Find a comfortable position, feet planted, shoulders relaxed. No perfection required, just presence. This moment right now, this moment right now. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. However, for all those beautiful souls that may be driving, please don't close your eyes. If you have the opportunity to pull over, please do. If not, you can go ahead and still get all the benefits of this meditation with your eyes open and on the road. Just saying. Go ahead and place your hand over your heart. Please keep one hand on the wheel for those beautiful souls driving. Go ahead and place one hand over your heart. That wise, beautiful place that's been beating for you every single second of your life. Go ahead. Now place the other one on your belly, your center, your truth, your power, your intuition. And for those beautiful folks driving, just go ahead and leave your hand on your heart. Okay? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you may release it. We're going to release it slowly. But for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, yes. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And now hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and release for a count of 6, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Absolutely. That is absolutely beautiful. Let this breath be your anchor. Go ahead and continue breathing regularly. In for 4. You can hold for 4. Release for 4. Let your breath be your anchor. Let it bring you back home. Focus on the breath. Focus on the count. If your mind wanders, just focus back on breathing. Okay? Keep breathing gently. Let each inhale feel like a hug, and each exhale feel like a release. Go ahead, and when you're inhaling, you're getting a nice, beautiful hug. And when you exhale, you are releasing the things that no longer serve you well. Just let them go. Yes. And if your thoughts wander or wander away, that's okay. Just gently guide them back like you would like a toddler on a sugar rush, right? Bring it back. No judgment here, just the grace, just some ease. Now I want you to say softly to yourself, or either out loud or in your heart, but with your heart, with your hand over your heart, I want you to repeat after me. I am deeply connected. Feel it. Feel that. I am deeply connected. Yes, feel that. I want you to feel these words. I am deeply connected. Yes. And next, what we're going to do, I am divinely guided. Trust those words. Trust these words. I am divinely guided. I am divinely guided. Trust in those words. And one more, I am enough. Know this as your truth. I am enough. Know this as your truth. I am enough. Yes. Yes, you are. Let those words melt into your being. Let your body believe what your soul has always known. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in. Hold it for 4. And with a sigh, allow it to release. And exhale. And now slowly, gently, and when you're ready, I want to bring you back into this beautiful room, this beautiful space. We're holding this sacred space for you. Come on back. Yes, yes, yes. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. There you are. This is not the version of you that's holding it all together. This is the version who is loved, guided, just as you are. Feel that. Believe it. I want you to take a moment because I want you to feel this. That's not just oxygen, right? You feel that tingling sensation. That's alignment. You didn't just breathe, you reconnected. Yes, you did. Now that we've softened the edges and dropped into our center, let's go a little deeper because here's the truth. It's one thing to feel connected in the stillness. And what about when life gets loud? Because we know it will get loud. What about when the to-do list is yelling, the laundry is judging you, and your inner critic, it's got a microphone? Oh, yeah. That's where the real sacred work begins. Yes, when all that is going on. So let's really talk about it on how to build a real, honest, everyday relationship with you and the divine. Here's the thing. This is not fluff. This is not filters, just real, radiant truth of who you are. And the higher guidance that's been walking with you all along. Yep. No matter what, always been there, always will be. And let's talk about what it really means to be in this sacred relationship with yourself and something greater. I am so excited about this topic. I hope that you are ready to go deep because I absolutely love this topic. This isn't the spiritual fluff. This is about showing up for you in a way that's honest, healing, and holy. Yes. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about floating on a cloud or pretending life is zen and green juice. No. But actually, that all sounds really good. This is about showing up for you in the raw, in the real, in the sacred. And there is nothing to fear there. Absolutely nothing. It's about pulling up a chair at your own soul's table and finally having that honest conversation that you've been avoiding. The one that the one where you stop pretending to have it all together, the one where you admit you're craving more than checklists and chaos, the one where you ditch the facade and start loving the parts of you and nothing claps back. Your soul is going to deeply be honored. This is not the spiritual fluff. This is the spiritual fire within you. And it's healing and it's holy. And yes, sometimes it's a little messy. But let's be real. And real is where the breakthrough lives. And today we're not just talking about peace and connection. We're talking about the sacred self relationship, the kind that roots you in truth, lifts you in grace, and reminds you that you are not walking the path alone. No, you are not alone. There's this amazing spiritual connection within you, guiding you, wanting to be there to help you. And it's really time to start connecting. And so we're going to break this down into 4 powerful truths that will bring you closer to yourself and the inner divine. The first one is intimacy with yourself, because pretending is exhausting and your soul is begging for honesty. The second one is trusting intuition, because your inner knowing is more accurate than your browsing history and deserves to be trusted. And number 3, the divine is personal, because you're not here to perform faith. You're here to feel it. And number 4, guided, not grinding, because hustle is culture because hustle culture is tiring and your spirit is ready for some better rhythm. So I want you to grab your journal. I want you to have your mind and heart open because we're going to go deeper on each one of these truths. And truth number one, intimacy with yourself. No more play pretend. Let's be real. You can light all the candles and have all the journals with all your pens running dry. But if you're not being real with yourself, you're just spiritually decorating. And you know how I know that? I was living it. True intimacy with yourself means taking off the mask, the one that says, I'm fine, when you're not, the one that performs for the world that panics when it's quiet. And so I want you to ask yourself, what masks am I still wearing to keep people comfortable? Where in my life am I still hustling for worth instead of resting in it? Am I living in alignment with my truth or someone else's story for me? And you know what Saylor says about this? The soul doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present and honest, even when the truth is messy, even when you're tired, even when you're not sure where to begin. That's where the magic begins. In the raw, unfiltered you. Truth number two, trusting intuition. Your inner GPS doesn't lie. Let's talk about your gut. Not the one you're trying to tone up in Pilates, the other one. Your intuition is your inner GPS. And she knows the way, even when the path makes no sense on paper. And here's the catch. She whispers. And if your life is loud, distracted, and running on caffeine and chaos, you're not going to hear her. So I want you to ask these questions. When was the last time I trusted my gut and tuned out? Let's try that one again. When was the last time I trusted my gut and it turned out right? Where am I still doubting that inner knowing? Even when it's clear. When am I still doubting that inner knowing? Even when it's clear. And how about this question? What would it look like to trust myself more deeply this week? Your intuition isn't weird, woo-woo, or out there. No. It's your wisdom and heals. So stop silencing her. She's here to save your time, energy, and unnecessary drama. It's time to start tuning in. Truth number three, the divine is personal. Make it yours. This isn't about memorizing verses or following someone else's path. This is about creating a relationship with the divine that feels real, alive, and personal to you. Whether you call it God, source, spirit, universe, or just something bigger, it's not about the label. It's about the connection with that energy. So ask yourself, when do I feel most spiritually connected? What rituals or practices feel sacred to me? Or how about, where do I need to let go of the shoulds and make space for what feels true? You don't need fancy words or a perfect spiritual resume to connect with the divine. Just show up, open up your mind, open up your heart, and say, here I am. That's more than enough. And truth number 4, guided, not grinding. This is flow over force. If you're exhausted, resentful, and feel like you're chasing your tail, my beautiful soul, it's time to rewire your rhythm. This is your permission slip. I'm giving you permission to give yourself permission to stop grinding and start gliding. When you're spiritually connected, life starts to feel less like pushing a boulder uphill and more like dancing with the current. And I want you to pay attention to the unexpected opportunities that land in your lap. Yep. The ones that you knew landed in your lap and you went, ooh, missed it. Yeah. Pay attention to those unexpected opportunities. Please also pay attention to the peace in your belly when something feels right. And then also pay attention to those nudges, the signs, the synchronicities that show up. And they keep showing up. They're there for a reason. Be aware, pay attention. And now I want you to ask yourself, where in my life am I forcing instead of flowing? Ask yourself, what does being spiritually guided look like for me practically? And you could also ask yourself, what would it feel like to trust the timing of my life more? Saylor wants you to know, you weren't meant to hustle your way to peace. Nope. You weren't meant to receive. You were meant to receive, to flow, and to co-create with something bigger than yourself. The divine doesn't need you exhausted. It needs you open. Open to receive. Open to feel. Open to be aware. The soulful truths are, get real with you. Drop the act. Your soul doesn't need your performance. It craves your presence. Trust your inner GPS. Your intuition isn't random. It's your divine navigating system. Stop second guessing and start listening. And make it personal. The divine isn't distant. It's in your breath, your battles, your breakthroughs. Connection starts where you are. And definitely flow over force. Burnout is not your birthright. When you're spiritually aligned, life feels guided. Not hard, not difficult, not like you're grinding. And bottom line, you are wired for connection to yourself and something greater. These 4 truths aren't just ideas. They're invitations to live deeper, love fuller, and walk through this world with a little more grace and a whole lot more soul. Okay, now I can hear you all saying, come on, Saylor, this sounds lovely, but what does this look like when life is messy, loud, and real? Well, I want to introduce you to Jenna. She didn't float in on a yoga mat or come equipped with crystals or incense. Nope. She came in exhausted, overwhelmed, running on empty, spiritually, emotionally, and energetically. Sound familiar? This story, it's not just about faith. It's about remembering who the heck you are when the world tells you to forget. This is Jenna taking a leap of faith, leading from breakdown to breakthrough. Jenna came to me like so many other women do, high functioning on the outside, but hollowed out on the inside. She had the job, she had the house, the full calendar, and still she felt like a ghost in her own life. This is what she said. I don't even know what I feel anymore. I'm either numb or on the edge. So we didn't start big. We started small, real small. Morning breath work. A sticky note on her mirror that said, "You are worthy." We also did a 5-minute check-in where she would just ask herself, what do I need right now? And she would do it with her hand over her heart, connecting those words to her heart. What do I need right now? Because when you do this, you're speaking to your soul. That's right. And then what we also did is she had a gratitude jar on her kitchen counter. Just a simple mason jar, a pen, and a few scraps of paper. And every day she had to find one thing that she was thankful for, even if it was, I didn't yell at the dog today. Yes. And then one evening, something shifted. She found herself sitting in the backyard. She had no phone. There's no noise. And said with this shaky voice, this little whisper prayer, if you're out there, show me. And that night she dreamed of her grandmother, the one who passed away 10 years ago, sitting calmly in a rocking chair, wearing the same soft cardigan that she was buried in. And the next morning, a stranger at the coffee shop handed her a folded napkin with a one sentence written on it. You are seen. Now listen, we can call this coincidence if you want, but Jenna and I don't know, we call that connection. From that moment on, something woke up in her. She started trusting the nudges. She started listening to her body, her spirit, and her gut. Instead of her Google Calendar going off constantly for another alert, no, she lit a candle every night just to sit in the silence. Not for productivity, but for her to be present. And little by little, the burnout faded. The numbness lifted. The spark returned. And now she's not just managing life, she's living it. And she's calm, creative, connected. Not because she changed everything, but because she finally came home to herself and the divine within her. That is what happens when you stop chasing the peace and start creating space for it. Jenna didn't find a magic formula. She found herself. And in doing that, she reconnected with something so much bigger, so much deeper. She remembered that sacred connection that we all have. The one that never left, the one that's always with you. Which brings me to a truth that I hold close. one that's become a guided light for me and for so many. This is a quote. Sometimes I get so creative and clever and I say certain things and I don't even remember them, but I have lovely people like you in my life that quote me. And it's just fabulous to receive this. And so this is what was caught from one of my speeches. The most sacred relationship you'll ever have is the one between your soul and the divine. Everything else flows from there. Yeah. So let's break that down because this ain't just a pretty little quote for your Pinterest board. It means that before the career, the partner, the approval, the applause, or the perfect morning routine, you got to come home to you. Not the version of who always says fine, not the one who performs, pleases, or power throughs things. I'm talking about the raw, radiant, real you. The one who knows how to sit in the quiet and still feel full. Because when you're rooted in the kind of connection, the kind that whispers, you're never alone. Even on your worst day, that's when everything else starts to shift. Your decisions get clearer, your boundaries get stronger, the joy gets deeper. You stop begging life to fill your cup because you've got a divine faucet turned on already inside you to fill you up. When you hit pause and take a moment, that relationship, soul to source, it's not just sacred, it's your anchor. It's your power supply, your GPS when the world tries to pull you off track. So don't treat it like a side gig. Nurture it like your life depends on it. And honestly, it kind of does. So once again, the most sacred relationship you'll ever have is the one between your soul and the divine. Everything else flows from there. And here's the thing. At Soulful Saturdays with Saylor, we don't just talk about it, we live it. Because transformation doesn't happen in theory, it happens in the doing, in the daily, in the sacred little choices that you make moment by moment. So let's turn this soul talk into some soul action. Here are some sacred steps to bring the divine right into your everyday life. No yoga mat, no incense required, unless you want to. And sometimes it helps. So let's bring the sacred into the everyday. Because living a soulful life isn't about escaping the world. It's about elevating it. So let's make the divine practical, personal, and present in your daily flow. So your first soulful work, number 1, sacred 10 rituals. Make it yours. So 10 minutes. That's right. 10 minutes. That's it. This isn't about doing it right. It's about doing it real. Pick a time every day, where you will pause the world and pour into your soul. Light a candle, whisper a prayer, journal your heart out. Sip tea like it's holy water while the sun rises. Dance in your kitchen. Yes, that counts. The only rule is it must feel like you. It must feel sacred. Because if it won't make that time for you, who will? Here's the thing. If you're not willing to make time for yourself, who's going to make time for you? Okay? Intuition tracker. Know your yes. Let's get curious about your inner compass. This week, keep a little notebook of notes just for your soul nudges. Write down every time you get a gut feeling, a whisper, or don't go there, or a spark of this is it. Did you listen? Did you override it? What happened? And spoiler alert, your intuition is like a muscle. The more you honor it, the stronger it gets. Create a sacred space and anchor your energy. We all need a visual reminder that our spirit matters. Find a small nook in your home, a shelf, a nightstand, even a windowsill, and claim it as your sacred zone. Add a candle, crystal, affirmation cards, photo of someone you love, or a quote that sets your soul on fire. Let it be your holy home base where you breathe, reset, and remember who you are. You could also practice the mirror mantra and say it like you mean it. Every day, look yourself in the eye, not the to-do list version of you, but the truth of you. And say with your whole chest, I honor my soul, I trust my path, I am divinely supported. Say it like you mean it. I honor my soul, I trust my path, I am divinely supported. Yeah. And you could also do a little hair flip. Smile at yourself. Seriously, do this. And if it feels silly, hallelujah. That's okay. And believe me, it's going to get easier and you are going to enjoy the vibe. You're not just surviving, you are becoming sacred art in motion. Yes, sacred art in motion, because art is something you're creating. And guess what? You're creating you. This is what it's all about. You're creating yourself by connecting with yourself. Sacred art in motion. And it is sacred work. And here's what I want you to remember. You're not alone. You never have been. No, she's been there with you all along. You are not too much. You're just enough. Yes, you are. And I also want you to remember that you're not lost. You're just being led. Whether you call it God, spirit, source, or simply love, the divine is not only there playing hide and seek, it's been whispering to your soul this whole time. You're just learning to listen. This is the biggest key here, is to listen to your inner voice. It's an invitation to the sacred. You're inviting yourself to this sacred space within you. And with this, my folks, I want to do a closing blessing for you. May you walk this week with sacred awareness, knowing your breath is a prayer, your presence is a gift, and your soul is your sanctuary. May your intuition speak loudly than your fear. May you trust yourself like the divine already does. May your days be sprinkled with signs, your nights filled with peace, and your heart wide open to wonder, wildness, and grace. You're connected. You are guided. You are gloriously enough. And honey, you always have been. Let that truth settle into your bones, into every cell of your being. And as always, keep showing up for yourself because that's where the magic lives. It absolutely does. This has been an amazing Soulful Saturday with Saylor. Thank you for being here. I want to give you a little sneak peek into June. Soulful Saturdays with Saylor in June. Our theme will be Ignite Your Passion, Living with Purpose. We're going to focus on reigniting the passions, that soul, that fuel your soul. It's time to breathe like you're into your dreams, to connect with your purpose and take action toward what truly lights you up. And this month, June, we're going to explore how to tap into the fire inside you and create a life filled with intention and enthusiasm. Let's uncover what makes your heart sing and align your actions with your deepest desires. Our weekly themes, and there's 4 weeks. The first week is discovering your passion, what sets your soul on fire. Number 2, creating a purposeful life, living with intention and meaning. Number 3, overcoming fear, how to take bold action toward your dreams. And number 4, week number 4 will be sustaining your passion, staying motivated and inspired. Thank you for joining me in this sacred space today. And remember, this isn't a one-time thing. Soulful being isn't just something that we practice when we're in the mood. It's a way of being. It's how we show up for ourselves day in and day out. Let's continue this month with open hearts, ready to embrace the incredible person that we see in the mirror. And until next time, love yourself fiercely. It has been a pleasure and a blessing to be your spiritual leader. Make sure you tune in every Saturday for your weekly dose of spiritual connection and soul-filled goodness. And if life happens, because it does, no worries. You can catch all of our sessions on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And here's the deal. Stop playing shy and hit subscribe. Yep. Go ahead and hit that button. Stay connected. And you could also check out our 7 strategies to cultivate inner peace and fulfillment. Throughout this program, you'll be guided through some principles and strategies designed to help you cultivate a calm mind, break free from negativity, and find deep, lasting fulfillment in every aspect of your life. There's amazing content in there. And we also have our ebook, The Path to Calm and Clarity, The Gifts of Intentional Breathing. Trust me, you're going to want to grab a copy of it. It's going to help you reconnect to your inner self, melt away stress, and discover inner calm. We all crave it. Go ahead, grab your copy. You can get these 2 wonderful offers at saylorsjourney.com. Go ahead, go to saylorsjourney.com and grab them now. And the first one, the 7 strategies, there is just a little fee attached to that. Not much, not at all. Every penny's worth it. Just here to tell you that. I'm also here to say thank you. I know your time's valuable, and you decided to hit pause and to allow this information to filter in. Have a fabulous week. Stay grounded, shine brightly, and always remember your soul knows the way. This is another fantabulous Soulful Saturdays with Saylor. That's me, where we empower your spirit to build a strong sense of self. Stay true, stay fierce, and keep showing up as the real you. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and see you next week.